least 34 people have died after tornadoes and severe storms tear through central and southern parts of the United States. At least 33 people have died and dozens more injured in the US after a series of tornadoes hit several states in the southeast of the country. Around 200,000 homes were without power in Missouri, Illinois and Texas last night, with more extreme weather, including tornadoes, forecast today. Here's Laura Trant.
It's here. Look at all that debris. Oh my God.
It's a storm system that's whipped multiple tornadoes across several states in the South and Midwest.
Oh my God. Hey Mom, can you come down to the mobile home park and help us?
Here in Missouri, the rain poured as the winds tore through homes and businesses. Long-lasting tornadoes swept St. Louis. The National Weather Service gave multiple tornado warnings, urging people to get off the road to a shelter or basement. In Butler County, Missouri, communities assess the damage.
Everything around it here is really bad. The trailer park up the street had fatalities. So, I mean, we don't have nothing compared to anything like that. I still have a home, they don't.
The severe weather triggered deadly dust storms and fanned wildfires. There were evacuations in parts of Oklahoma as more than 130 fires were reported across the state.
Mom, be careful.
From winds, wildfires and sandstorms to blizzard conditions in colder areas as the weather sweeps east across the USA, with severe thunderstorms and flash floods expected along the east coast. Laura Trant, BBC News.
We saw some very dramatic images from the United States.
Indeed, yes, and this is probably the sort of view they've got from space at the moment. It's been a multiple-day, multiple severe storm event across the US. Let me just show you it's been happening. We've seen one weather system push its way eastwards, fed by warm air from the Gulf of Mexico, colder air pushing in, and this is the latest one which is now working, with some further tornado outbreaks currently on the go between Alabama and Georgia. That storm, not done yet, will only fade away as we go through later today.
We've been talking, haven't we, about this extraordinary weather, these tornadoes in the
Indeed,
States,
yes.
Sort of sweeping across. Does that come across the Atlantic? Is that going to impact on our weather at any point? Do we know that?
It's not going to impact on our weather, but what it does, it stirs up the atmosphere, so that's why we're going to start to see a few changes in the way our weather patterns are happening. And those storms in the US at the moment are going to ease through today, so it'll become less of a potent feature, but not affecting us directly, at least not for now.
More than 30 people have died in the US after deadly tornadoes tore through several states along the southeast. At least 8 people died in Kansas alone after over 70 vehicles were involved in a crash caused by a dust storm. Across 7 states, 250,000 properties were left without power. More severe weather is expected for the region, including flash floods, which experts warn could prove fatal.
At least 34 people have died in the US after violent tornadoes tore through several southeastern states, flipping cars and flattening homes. 12 people died in Missouri, and in Kansas, 8 people died after more than 50 cars were in a collision during a dust storm. High winds knocked out power to more than 250,000 homes and businesses in several states, from Michigan as far south as Texas. Merlin Thomas reports now from Washington.
Watching and waiting for a tornado to hit.
Oh!
And then it seems it does.
Oh!
Before emerging to assess the damage. This is Tylertown, Mississippi, one of several states hit by violent tornadoes and deadly storms which have torn through the US Midwest and Southeast and killed dozens of people. And it's a story repeated across others, including Missouri, where roofs have been ripped off homes, trees shredded, and trucks overturned. Over 250,000 properties have also reportedly been left without power overnight.
After everything blew over, we come down here. This is my Uncle Mike's and my Aunt Stacy's house. She was trapped in that bedroom, only room standing left of this house.
Even wildfires are part of the deadly mix of extreme weather that many are facing. In the states of Texas and Oklahoma, the storm system has whipped up high winds over parched, dry land. But the threat isn't over just yet. Further severe weather is expected for the region, with tornado watches issued across eastern Louisiana, western Georgia, central Tennessee, and the western Florida panhandle. So thousands more will still have to hunker down and wait for the storm to pass. Merlin Thomas, BBC News, Washington.